Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm super excited because I have the new Sculpt tape contouring wand situation from Tarte right here that just came out a few days ago at QVC, and I'm going to be comparing it with the Hollywood contour wand, which I'm thinking it's what inspired this one because they literally made the exact same packaging. Tarte though has one advantage over the Hollywood Flawless Filter that I can tell you right out the gate, and that is that they don't have just two shades of their contour product. They came out with quite a few shades of their Sculpt tape, which I'm thinking is going to be amazing for people who have tanned, dark, and deep complexions. I'm super excited to try these products side by side and tell you what their similarities and differences are. All of the links will be down below in the description box if you're interested in shopping for any of this, as well as the list of products that I'm using on my face. If you're curious to see how these compare, let's just go ahead and get started. So let's start with the properties of the new Sculpt tape from Tarte. This one has 5 different shades. It's currently only available at QVC, but I'm sure it'll soon be available on the Tarte website and maybe Sephora or Ulta. I'll definitely keep you updated with that. The good thing is that if you buy it at QVC, they do send you this full-size brush that you can blend it out with for the $35 price point, which is pretty nice. This one has 5 different shades, and I have mine in the color Soft Bronze, compared to the Hollywood Flawless Filter from Tilbury, which has been around for a long time. This one is one of my all-time favorite sculpting products because of how easy it is to use, and so I'm really hoping that the Tarte one will be very similar to use and blend, etc. This one retails for $40 and it only has 2 shades, which I've been saying they need to expand forever, but let's see how this compares. The way I usually use this is I just dot some on the back of my hand, and when I see that product starts coming out, I'm going to dot right on the cheekbone, around my forehead, and on my jawline. With my REPHR number 31 brush, I'm just going to tap and swipe that product so I can blend it out, and you can see how easily that blends. I basically drag that product up and out in order to better sculpt my cheekbone and blend it into my hairline. And now the moment of truth, let's try the Sculpt tape. So again, I'm going to open the little thingy and I'm going to just pour some on the back of my hand. Wow, the colors are very, very similar. This Tarte one seems to maybe be a bit more glowy. Anyways, I'm going to do the exact same thing. And using the same brush, I'm going to blend that product out the exact same way. So take a look right here on this side at my Sculpt tape applied. I will say the main difference between the two is that the Hollywood contour wand is a bit more cool-toned and you can kind of clearly see it. This side is just a bit more like on the neutral side. It looks a bit more like shadowed in my opinion, versus this one just has a bit more warmth to it. It still gives me a really good amount of sculpting. It gives me a really good amount of definition to my face, which I really, really appreciate. But the undertone of both products is just slightly different. So once again, this right here is my Tarte Sculpt tape side, and this right here is the side with the Hollywood contour wand. And by the way, I use very little product. I was a bit excessive with the amount I put on the back of my hand. I'm going to also do my nose a little bit. Once again, half and half. I'm going to blend that out with a brush as well. This is the Tilbury side. And let's do the Tarte side. Once they're blended out on the nose, at least you can barely tell a difference at all, to be completely honest, because they blended out pretty much the same. As far as like the actual performance of this product, I can tell you right away they are identical. The packaging is the same amount of product comes out, they are equally as pigmented. The Tarte one just has maybe a bit more of a visible glow to it. It's not sparkly, there's no micro glitters in it, nothing like that, but you can see that it is a bit more glowy, at least like on the back of my hand where I put it there. And then the undertones of the colors that I chose are just slightly different. With that said, I feel like they both gave me a very similar amount of depth and color because I used the same amount of product on both sides of my face, and I feel like both sides of my face look really, really even. So I'm definitely really happy with this Tarte one, and it definitely is just one more option in order to get yourself a contouring wand like the Charlotte Tilbury one. I pretty much like them both the same. By the way, if you see any redness coming through right here, it is not the Tarte one. It's not that different of an undertone. As you can see on my forehead, this one is the Tarte side, this one is the Charlotte side. I would say the Tarte side is just a bit more glowy maybe, and just slightly warmer. The redness I have right here on my cheek is my rosacea, which decided to be out of control today, especially on this side of my face. So I was going back with a bit of foundation that I have left over on my sponge right here to even them out a bit, because I don't know, I just thought I was looking a bit too red on this side. Let me go ahead and do a glowy blush so that both sides have a bit of color to my cheeks, and we can further compare the two products. This is my Charlotte Tilbury blush in Pillow Talk. So with blush on, here is the Tarte side versus the Charlotte Tilbury side. I was thinking whether or not to do the rest of my makeup before giving you my final thoughts, but I think I'm just going to give you my final thoughts now, because there's no other step that I can make that is going to make me change my mind on the performance of these side by side and whatnot. I definitely love that the Tarte one is a bit more affordable than the Charlotte Tilbury one. However, because I do have a very neutral to sometimes even cool undertone, especially during the winter time, I really love the more cool toned side up here on my forehead, which is the Charlotte Tilbury side. So if I had to pick one based just on the color of them, I do like that this has a bit more of a shadowy finish to it than the Tarte one. However, I don't know that the difference in the undertone makes that much of a difference as far as the overall look is concerned. So if you just want to save yourself the $5, then absolutely go for the Tarte one instead of the Charlotte Tilbury one. Besides that, the Charlotte Tilbury one only has 2 shades that happen to work for me and my skin tone. But with the Tarte one, you definitely have a lot more options as far as the color is concerned. If your skin is different from mine, maybe you have a very warm undertone, the Charlotte one never worked for you, or you have a dark or deep complexion, and even the darker one of the Charlotte one never did much for your face. So now you can try to see if Tarte has a color that is going to work for you. On the QVC website, I'm finding this picture right here that you can see, and it looks like the rich bronze shade, which is the darkest one of them all, is going to be good for rich to espresso skin tones, which I know that the darker Charlotte Tilbury one does not work for people with deep complexions like that. So if your skin is dark or deep and you've been wanting to try a product like this one but you haven't been able to, then this might be the perfect opportunity to finally get your hands on a product like this one, because Tarte created a range of shades that works for everyone. So absolutely love this little comparison. I feel like as far as the undertone is concerned, I still prefer this one here, but maybe for the summertime I could use the Tarte one because it's a bit more glowy and a bit more bronzy. Honestly, absolutely love both of these products, and I like that we now have more variety in this category of makeup to be able to choose who we want to go with, and that deep and dark complexions have a color that works for them as well. So I honestly love both products, and I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section of this video. Let me know what you think. Tarte side versus Charlotte Tilbury side. I cannot wait to read your comments. If you guys like this video, don't forget to please give it a thumbs up. Before you leave, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you were here to stay, so please subscribe before you leave. And that is all I have for today's video. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you back in the next one. Bye.